Being expelled from boarding school was the start of my journey. Arriving in Shetland was to affect and mould the rest of my life. I chose to get expelled. If my parents wouldn't take me out, I would get myself out. This didn't really go down well with my parents, who had just been posted to Shetland. I arrived in Shetland after a long, tiring journey. Let's just say that it wasn't just the weather that was cold and grey on my arrival. So was the relationship between myself and my dad. Mum had decided that she would rather stay at home than come and meet her disgraced daughter. Oh, the shame. Sunborough Airport was a small, flat-packed building built dangerously close to the edge of some rather large, grey, unwelcoming cliffs. This was all I could see for miles on end, and some sheep. I thought I was depressed at school. Worse was yet to come, closely followed by 4 of the most amazing life-changing moments of my life. Arriving at my new home was not exactly what I expected. To get there, we had to cross the mainland, catch a ferry, cross another island, catch another ferry, and finally hitch a lift in a Land Rover to finally arrive at what I thought was the most depressing place in the world. This was going to be the rhythm of my life for the next 2 years. As unbeknown to me, I was off to another boarding school on the mainland, where I would make lifelong friends and meet my husband. My first term at school was not necessarily a happy one, but once they'd stopped calling me a soothmoother, person from the south, had made friends and started dating Stevie, life was great. Within 2 years we were engaged. We had our first child, our house, then we had a second child. I loved my life, loved where I lived. How could you not love living in such a beautiful place? To this day I am still drawn to the sea, to empty places. I love nothing more than being in an empty space with the wind howling around me and not one person to interrupt that moment, just me and the dog. But like everything in life, things change and we split. I moved to Aberdeen, had another son and kept moving south, finally to settle here in Wiltshire. The irony of settling in the place where I had experienced the worst 2 years of my life has never left me. Even more so when I think how happy and content I now am. My life is very similar now to my previous one. I walk along the most beautiful canal paths, through fields and woods in all weathers, not seeing a soul. My parents live across the grass, as we call it. The family visit, one son having moved down here too, the other 2 being only 2 hours away. As a family, we spend our special times in our favourite pub, right alongside the canal. We have had 18th birthdays, 21st birthdays, and most recently my dad's 60th. And I hope soon we will start all over again with my grandchildren's birthdays. Life is good, and my journey has ended. Or has it all started all over again?